Joining us today is actor, director, model, and recent source of all the rage, Louis Ten. Louis, thank you for taking time to talk with us today. Our readers are excited to hear what's in the pipeline and what's new with you. So, to start off, where are you speaking from?
What an amazing intro. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. I am in Los Angeles, California right now.
Okay, and what were you doing earlier?
Earlier today I was training. This
Okay,
is what I do in the morning.
and do you film in New York and Los Angeles?
Yeah, we filmed in Brooklyn. So that's
Okay,
where we're filming the entire show.
so you must come a lot to the East Coast, back and forth.
I was going back and forth for a while. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And we hear you come from a family of actors, entertainers, performers. Can you tell us about the origins of where your love of acting and martial arts stems from?
Yeah, sure. So my father is a action choreographer, but he started off as a stuntman.
Okay.
And he started off in London as a martial artist, and he won the national title in Taekwondo and in Muay Thai. And
Okay.
then he got hired by Tim Burton to do Batman. So that was the first
Amazing.
film that he did. But he was already kind of acting and doing television in London. And but his first big feature film in America by a big American director, Tim Burton, was Batman, and that's how it started. So, I've grown up around the industry as far as the action world, as far as film world. I've grown up around it since I was born, pretty much.
That's awesome. And so, besides acting and a trained martial artist, what other secrets are you hiding from us?
Oh, I can't tell you my secret. That would be bad. No, honestly, as far as what like other things I like to do.
Sure. Or other talents that you might have?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm acting and doing martial arts because that's pretty much all I'm good at. But no, I mean, I dabble in other things. I love to travel.
Yeah.
I love photography. I love uh, I love to explore and adventure in new places. I'm kind of a thrill seeker. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. So,
Yeah.
anything that I can do that's kind of pushing the boundaries and a little bit dangerous, I'll probably end up doing at some point.
It
Um,
It certainly looks
yes,
like it. And we're
yeah.
going to get back to your travel towards the end of this interview, but we want to get to more of the scoop of what happened with Iron Fist, your part in all of this. And so, with that, I'm going to forward you to Nicole, our resident comic book geek.
Oh, okay. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Lewis. Thanks for seeing. So before we resume the interview, I want to show you something. So I'm an
Oh,
avid comic book geek and collector. So I think you might recognize this.
oh, wow. That's amazing.
So this is
Daughters of the
actually
Dragon.
Daughters of
Wow.
the Dragon, and this is actually the first issue where there was an interracial
Is that
kiss in
a is that
comic
a real
books.
one?
That is the second print edition from the 1970s.
Oh my God. That's gold.
That is gold, and I got it for less than $30.
Look at him kicking Spider-Man on that. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So a cool fact about this issue is that it's the first interracial kiss in comic books ever between Iron Fist and Misty Knight, who, as the readers who aren't familiar with comic books may not know, Misty Knight is the love interest of Luke Cage. So there's a little bit of
Right.
drama there. So back to the
I
interview.
love that.
Yep, and you might also like this.
Ooh.
Oh my God, nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, they were thinking about doing. I mean, I've heard rumors about other shows coming around this.
So this issue features the characters like the first Asian American Hulk and the first Asian American Miss Marvel, who is from her family is Pakistani and she's Muslim American. So there's a big shift towards diversity in comic books and hopefully in media soon.
That would be amazing. I think everybody's ready for that, and that cover looks incredible. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that? I'm all about it. I don't know if I could be the Hulk yet, but I could
Oh.
maybe put on some weight.
Okay. So before Iron Fist even premiered on Netflix, my friends and I were religiously following the news of the casting. And when we found out that you were the runner-up for Iron Fist, we all kind of flipped out a little bit. So when people said, "Hey, why didn't the drunk guy play Iron Fist?" What were your thoughts on this?
Well, you know what? I look at it like this. I mean, like I've said in other interviews and to other magazines, and I felt like that it was a missed opportunity, but the source material was what it was, and that's what they stuck with. And I can't knock them for sticking with what was in the comic book. Now, having said that, I feel like my abilities and my martial arts skills and what I could have brought to that role would have been exponential, and would have been powerful, would have been different, would have been super dynamic, would have been something you haven't seen before. So, having said that, once I got the part of Zhao and I did what I did with it, and the fans reacted the way they did, I mean, I was super humbled and just super, grateful for the love and the attention that came from it. And most people on social media, and they get a lot of hatred. I mean, it was like 95% positive responses from the fans, and from comic book fans, and from martial art fans, and from just fans of the show. So I was very humbled and very grateful that we had a little viral campaign going, and everybody really liked what I did.
That's awesome.
So, to follow up with another question, you are half British, half Chinese. How does being an actor mixed descent affect the auditioning process and the way you approach new film and television projects?
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, I'm English. I was born in England. I'm Chinese by blood, and then I was raised all over the place, mainly in America. So I'm kind of all mixed up. I'm very much an outsider in many ways, and I'm an outsider here. I'm an outsider at home, and the casting process is very specific, and the people that decide who books the roles and and how the roles are created do that off of specifics. So if those people don't have a broad mindset of people in the world, and don't have a vast knowledge of different ethnicities and different racial backgrounds, it's very hard to pinpoint me. You don't know if I'm too Asian, or if I'm not Asian enough, or if I'm not white enough, or if I'm not English enough, or the list goes on. So it was really difficult for me for a long period of time when I was starting out acting. After I started to get into the room and to show people what I can do, and to make relationships with directors and casting directors and producers, now they all know me and they know who I am. They know I'm a 6'2" half Asian dude that does martial arts, that's from England, and they know that. So some roles have been written around that, and some roles have been tweaked to fit me. So, but it was a long, hard process, and it still is to this day, and I don't think it'll ever end. But those are good challenges. They make you stronger.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. So,
Thank
in
you.
American media, there's often a perceived image of actors of Asian descent being portrayed as non-sexual, typically nerdy types of characters. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, even nowadays, people still look at Bruce Lee as as the last great hero of the Asian community. You know what I mean? And I mean, of course, there's guys like Jackie Chan, there's guys like Byung-Hun Lee, there's guys that are doing it in Korea, and there's guys that are doing it in China. But as far as reaching a mainstream American artist, we haven't had that in a long time. And the portrayal of Asian men in general being considered, weak and just not in non-heroic roles, usually very weak roles or nerdy roles. It's a stereotype that we need to break, and that's not everyone. I mean, are there Asian nerds? Of course. Are there Asian heroes? Of course. It's the same thing with every race. We want the spectrum. So I'm not even mad if I see an Asian guy in a nerdy role. That doesn't make me mad, because is that real life? Sure, there's that out there, but we want the whole spectrum. Like Caucasian actors have the entire spectrum.
Definitely considering that we both come from stereotypes ourselves.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, I'm sure you guys are riding with me on that, and we're breaking through slowly and surely, but this is a long process, and this is a conversation that we need to have.
Yeah. So on that note, we kind of want to go into a little bit of a lighter topic on this end. What are, outside of other circumstances, what are the qualities needed to be a sexy leading man?
I love those Spider-Man earrings, by the way.
Thank you.
Those are fresh. Well, charisma, charm. I think bringing an energy to screen that people haven't seen before, that's true to who you are, and then working that into the character is very important, at least for me. The physicality for me, obviously I love that, but it's not for everyone, and I don't think that it's a necessarily has to be a trait that's involved. But I think your own personality and bringing out who you are deeply inside and being confident about that's what makes a leading man,
Definitely. Completely agree with you on that. So, since Iron Fist was premiered on Netflix and the media attention around Iron Fist has happened, how has your career been affected?
It's been good. I can't complain. I'm happy. It's been good, and the thing about it is, my whole life I've gone through these struggles and these adversaries, and I just come out of them better each time. So I become a better actor. I become a better martial artist. I become stronger, and my foundation is so solid that I just can't be rocked. You know what I mean? So I feel good. I booked a movie right away. I just did a film with Gerard Butler called The Den of Thieves. It's like kind of like an Ocean's 11 kind of crime thriller, but a little more hardcore and a little more dangerous, a little more dramatic. So that's a great film to be on the lookout for. And then I have a TV series deal in the works right now, so you'll hear some good news soon.
I was actually going to bring that up. So I heard about a little project of yours, The Fireborn, with director Lexi Alexander. Can you give us a little bit more details on that?
Sure, yeah. The Fireborn is a Asian American action thriller drama. It's kind of in the mystery superhero field, but it kind of blends genres a little bit. It's based on on my father's childhood, about how he grew up and he was kind of like abused and abandoned as a child, and how he made it out of there, and how he became a martial artist. But we put a twist on it and kind of put a fantasy element to it. Lexi Alexander directed a trailer teaser for us, which was phenomenal. And we pitched it to the studios, and I pitched it. I did an unofficial pitch, and it got the attention of some big producers. And then the first official pitch we did, it got optioned. So it was literally just like it was 2 out of 2, really.
Yeah.
And so we're developing it right now, and you should be hearing some official news soon. But we have it in some very good hands.
Oh, awesome. We can't wait.
I wish I could show you guys some of it.
Yes, but that's okay. I think patience is a virtue, and it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, Louis, so now...
I can promise the fans this, if the studios don't get upset at me about it, that I will release the trailer that Lexi shot online for everybody to see as soon as the deal's signed and everything's good. If the studio's cool with that, I'll release it so everyone can check it out, because I know that people on Twitter kind of getting hyped on it because I was posting pictures.
Yeah, hey, hype is a good thing. I came from a marketing background. The more hype you get, the better off the results are, in my opinion.
Absolutely, but I love my Twitter followers. I love my social media followers. I don't want to get them mad, so I'm gonna get that out there for everyone.
Okay, awesome. And so now, coming back to your personal side, we want to know a little bit more about you. So here are some rapid fire questions. So we know you mentioned you love traveling. Yes, we're about to hit you. Favorite place to travel to?
I would say it's a toss-up. I mean, I love everywhere. I've been a lot of places. I love everywhere. I've gone for special reasons, but I'll throw out Thailand, because Thailand is one of my favorite places I've ever been in the world. I've been there like 30 times.
Amazing.
Japan is beautiful. England, Italy, France.
Yeah. We feel you on those.
Yeah, my next few places, I want to go to the Middle East. I really want to check out the Middle East and South Africa. Those are some spots that I've never been that I would like to go to next.
Okay, awesome. What's one thing you never leave home without?
I never leave home without headphones. These babies. I never leave home without sunglasses.
That's a good
And I never leave home without water.
Oh, yes. Gotta keep yourself hydrated.
This is not actually Voss water. This is like alkaline water. So I get it from a shop in my neighborhood, and I'm kind of got obsessed with clean water. So
yeah. If you had another chance to play a superhero, what superhero would it be and why?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi?
Yeah. I think that that's an opportunity to highlight an Asian American martial artist, and I think that, and I think it's a sick character. I think that I could have a field day with that character. I mean, if they gave me the opportunity to do something like that, I would take it to the next level.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and what is next in the pipeline for you?
Next in the pipeline is Fireborn 100%. I'm putting all my energy into it. I'm putting, this is all I'm doing day in and day out until the deal's done and until we get this going because, and I don't like to answer any kind of negative responses on interviews or on Instagram or on Twitter, but people are like, well, why don't you go out and do something yourself, because they say, oh, well, stop complaining about what roles you didn't get here and there and this and that. And I'm not complaining, you know what I mean? I'm very grateful for what I've done and for what I've been given. But I will fight for things that I feel like I deserved or I could have booked. And every actor wants to book the lead roles and wants to book the bigger parts. I mean, that's just a common thing. If you don't want that and you don't have that confidence, it's very difficult to make it in this competitive business. So you have to have that. Having said that, I've been working on the Fireborn since way before Iron Fist. You know what I mean? I've been creating my own projects even years before that. So whether it's shooting short films or it's writing screenplays or it's trying to get things sold into the marketplace that's going to push people of color into the limelight, I've been doing this since the beginning. So this is nothing new to me, and this is just a platform that Marvel and Iron Fist gave me a little bit of leverage in the business world to project this even further. So, and it takes a lot of time and energy. So that's what's next for me.
We like that. And on that note, where do you see the state of the film industry or Hollywood maybe 10 years from now?
It's hard to say, the digital platforms coming, the streaming platform is taking off. A lot of writers are going towards television and streaming. It's hard to say, but I do know that because of the speed of our communication, because of social media now, mm-hmm. You can't make bad movies anymore, and people will shut them down. And you can't whitewash films anymore because people are not going to take it. You know what I mean? And it's so easy for us to communicate at light speed with a tweet, just like, and then it's the next day. Everybody knows it takes 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. So you need good storytellers. You need people of color representing for people of color, not
Agreed.
Not other people representing for us. We need to be telling our own stories and showing the world the right way to tell these stories. And there's so much creativity and there's so much to tell. So it's only going to make the marketplace more beautiful and more colorful.
Definitely agree with you on that.
That's what I see. I have hope for the future.
Okay. Yes, we do too. We love that. And where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Leading roles in films. Maybe on leading roles on a TV series that I really enjoy and I'm engaged in, writing and directing and producing, and that's where I see myself.
Awesome. Yes.
Challenging myself, I love challenging myself. I love pushing myself. I have high hopes and standards that I hold myself to, and if I don't get those, I just keep going the next year and keep adding on to it. You know what I mean?
A little bit of the competitive athletic streak, maybe?
Yeah, definitely, a little bit. But it's also that fire inside of me that you have to have as an ethnic actor these days. You have to have that passion and that drive. You would have to have it regardless, but now you have to have it even more. Because there's less opportunities, less roles, and less people understanding where you're coming from. So you really have to push yourself and drive yourself.
It's almost like think big or go home, right?
Yeah, you need that. You need that mentality. And I hope to break boundaries as much as I can in my career for other people that's going to come next after me. I have 3 younger brothers. I'm hoping that I can break down the wall as much as I can, and then people after me can continue,
Yeah, one of your brothers is an actor, Sam Tan, as I'm aware. Are the other 2 actors as well?
Shout out to my brother Sam, had his birthday yesterday, yeah.
Yeah,
he was in the Hunger Games. He did a movie with Will Smith. He's doing well, You're talking about my brother Ben.
Oh, you just mentioned you had a few other brothers. So,
So I have
are
another
they all
brother Ben
actors?
and another brother Evan. Evan is a photographer. He shoots beautiful photos on film. And my other brother Ben is a music video director, and he's directing kind of like EDM house music.
Joining us. It was wonderful getting a chance to talk with you and giving our
Yeah.
readers and viewers the inside scoop of what's coming in the pipeline for you.
Uh,
We're looking forward to it, and do let us know when you're next in New York.
Thank you so much. And can I just say I'm so grateful for you, for both you ladies, because you guys are doing what needs to be done, and you guys are, spreading the word and pushing. You're doing the work. You're not sitting back and just complaining about it. You're doing the work in the field that you guys are in, and I'm doing the work in the field I'm in, and I'm just really grateful and happy that everybody's doing their part, and it's a beautiful
Yes.
thing.
Here's to us doing our part.
Thank you guys, and it was lovely talking to you.
Thank you,
Lovely talking
Liz.
with you as well.